I'm Pastor Daniel from the Lehigh Acres Church. I want to say hello to you guys. We're really excited this morning. We're going to be starting our double services. So this video is actually coming at you live practically. And upstairs we have the band and they're practicing for the worship set. We have a service at 9:30 a.m. this morning, and then we have another service at 11:30 a.m. So please be praying for us that God does great things. I want to talk to you for a second about the missions trip that we'll be going on to Mexico. Pastor Kevin and Amy asked me to give you guys a little bit of information about that, so I'm going to just rattle off a little information for you guys, and you guys can talk to Pastor Kevin and Amy if you'd like to go. But this is the pertinent details. We have two separate trips that are going. We have Trip A and Trip B. They're both going to Juarez, Mexico. Trip A leaves on July 20th and comes back on the 27th or the 28th. And then Trip B leaves July 24th and comes back the 27th or the 28th. So Trip B is shorter than Trip A. The difference between these two is that Trip A will involve visiting some of the baby churches that Pastor Lawler has planted. It also includes a lot more outreach opportunities. By the time the second team leaves, they'll be meeting Pastor Lawler's main church for a conference, and it will only include a conference, but more outreach opportunities are available for Trip A. So we really recommend that you go on Trip A if you have the time, because 4 days just isn't enough to see all that God's doing down there and really be a part of the things that are happening in Juarez. So if you have the time, we strongly recommend Trip A, but if you can only go for 4 days, then Trip B is also an option for you. The cost is approximately $375 to $400 for the round-trip tickets. There will be a $0 charge for homestay if you want to stay in a person from the church's house. You don't have to pay anything for lodging whatsoever. You're just essentially paying for the plane ticket. If you want to stay in a hotel, it's $50 a night for the hotel. And you also want to probably set aside some money for food. A lot of the people that you'll be staying in their homes will feed you. But if you want to go out and fellowship with people and get something to eat, and also money for souvenirs, we recommend at least $50 for spending money while you're over there. So potentially you could be having this entire trip for around $450 absolute total out of your pocket expenses if you're staying in somebody's home and eating light. So please let us know if you want to do a homestay or if you want to go to a hotel, as we need to notify the people whose houses you'll be staying in. So we also recommend that anyone going on a trip write a support letter and distribute it around by April or May, and it will greatly shave off the cost and lessen the stress for you. There are people in your church that aren't able to go on missions trips that might be willing to support you in going, or family or friends that believe in missions but maybe don't have the capacity to go themselves, and they'd probably like to help you. Maybe that's $20 or $30, $40, $50. Every little bit helps getting you where you need to go, so it kind of takes a lot of the stress off of yourself. We will need the deposit, which is $100 by April, and we'll need to collect the rest by May so that we can get the tickets and get them cheap and get them all together. So we need a $100 deposit by April, and then the rest, $300 by May, if you can work that out. Also, we have some mission trips going to India and Fiji, and also another trip going to Ecuador. For more information, please talk to Pastor Kevin and Amy, and they'll be able to give you everything that you need. God bless, and I hope to see you guys soon.